What's up, y'all, and welcome to the Aging Potheads. I am Big Brother Boss, aka the Funky Monk. With me, as always, is the beautiful Miss Candy with an X. What's up, y'all? What's going on, girl?
Hi, nothing chilling. Thank
Okay,
you.
y'all, we're gonna go ahead and like we always do, go ahead and share this with your friends. Grab your blunt, grab your drink, because it is time for the blaze. Ooh-wee.
Ah,
Now, today I am smoking on Obama Kush. Uh,
mm,
now,
not
when this
Obamacare.
Obama Kush. Now, when it initially came out, um, it was it was more of a 50-50 hybrid, but some of the newer batches have been they've been more indica leaning. This one right
Okay.
here, I've been smoking for a couple of days. I can see why they say it's indica leaning. It
Mm-hmm.
does make me a little tired, but if I got energy like I do tonight, it's not gonna do anything but hit my head and my body. So if I start rambling, y'all, that's just the indica in it. But I gave it 4 blunts simply because it has a little more indica than I'm accustomed to, but it don't put
Mm-hmm.
me to sleep. Um, but that's what I was having here. Now, what you got?
Let me see, because I sure forgot the name of it. It was
Blue Diesel.
Blue Diesel. Yeah, it
She's
was
like
Blue Diesel.
line.
No, because it was. I thought I put Kim. I was thinking Kim Dog for some reason, but
Uh-huh.
I was thinking something with a C. But I'm looking at Krishan, so C Krishan, Kim Dog, all of that. Just
Uh-huh. You
so
know,
Blue Diesel.
Fuji. Now this is fucking random, and I want to welcome Scorp. What's up, Scorp? Thank you for joining us.
Or
Um, this is random about Blueface and Krishan. I watched the TikTok skit this morning, and it was doing a skit of their
their gender release
their
and their
gender
gender
their gender
reveal,
thing, and
and
the
she got mad.
woman playing Krishan got mad that another girl would be calling Blueface daddy, and I was like, you know what? As funny as that is, I can see that shit happening.
I
I
can
can
see her being jealous of the of her own kid. Yeah,
exactly.
I
I
don't think
can.
she's pregnant, honestly. Like, I just think
Hmm.
that she just was saying that. Like, there's no
Hmm.
real. I mean, you
Hmm.
can get anybody to piss on a stick. Like, I do that when I did that when I wanted to pass my drug test. So,
She
um,
said you do. Oh.
like for me.
Hmm.
Um, I know that this wasn't where we were going to start at, but it's
Hmm.
been some drama with them. So,
Hmm.
um,
Yeah.
which I'll probably talk about when we get to the Super Bowl
Hmm. Yeah.
review.
Yeah. The only reason I mentioned it because it was Blue Diesel. You said you were thinking about Krishan and Blueface. I just brought
Right.
it up.
See, and it's Blue Diesel. See, everything is just bringing their ass back. As much as I try to ignore these people, they
Uh-huh.
still they still just manifest their way back into my damn timeline or something like that. So,
start
you know.
start living rent free in your head.
Yeah, like why am I this invested in these people's mess? But it's entertaining, like we
Hmm.
all like to look at other people's,
But
mess.
you gave this strain 5 blunts. I mean,
I did, yes. It was
uh-huh.
it's one of those strains that we were talking right before the show that
Uh-huh.
um it's indica dominant, so
Hmm.
it will have you relaxed, it will have you pinned to the couch, but
Hmm.
it also has that quality that makes you kind of gives you the giggles. Like if you
Hmm.
ever want a strain, or there's a couple strains that you can Google,
Hmm.
um, can look up like strains that make you giddy or laugh, or then that would be one of them.
Okay.
Um, it I did give it a 5 out of 5 because I do
Mhm.
tend to prefer indicas more than I do sativas.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
but it really just depends on what I'm doing. Like I
Uh-huh.
can do both honestly, and it'll be
Yeah.
fine.
But
But
we know indica is the choice of black folks. It is.
yeah, most of us like indicas. Yeah, most of
Yeah,
us
I'm
do.
not an indica person. I am truly a sativa guy. Indicas I will smoke. You know what I mean? But hey, it is what it is. Now, before we get on to the Super Bowl, y'all, Valentine's Day was yesterday. Today is side chick day, whatever you want to
That's
say.
why I ain't heard from none of my niggas. No, I'm
What was that?
kidding. I said, is that why I ain't heard from none of my niggas? They always say sorry today. No, I'm kidding.
Exactly.
I didn't hear from them niggas yesterday, so no, I'm kidding.
I feel you. I feel you. And you know what I did, we pretty much chilled. I wasn't feeling well yesterday, but we pretty much chilled. My girl, she was simple. She just wanted that new Cardi B McDonald's thing.
The McDonald's bundle
Yeah.
thing. Mm.
And it was funny because one place we went to yesterday, they said they didn't have it. I'm thinking to myself, you got a quarter pounder, right? You got cheeseburger, right?
Put them
You got
together
pies, right?
and make it happen. Like, what did
Yeah.
y'all do?
She
I
was talking
mean,
about
just
it.
put it up as that.
She was talking about it wasn't in the system, but then when we went to another McDonald's, it didn't seem in the system too because he started putting the stuff in individually and then he gave him discounts. I said, okay, he know what he doing up in here,
Yeah,
you
I mean,
know.
it's not that difficult. Well, if you can find a way to, get around that, then just put it in because people are gonna be complaining. And this was, you guys McDonald's big ass rollout. So my issue, it just seems like the McDonald's in this area,
Uh-huh.
um, it's always some kind of damn issue. Like I just
Yeah.
I don't understand. I don't know if it's just the people or we just running out of stuff. Like if it's a bigger
Yeah.
issue, which I'm feeling like it is too, because
The ice
things.
cream machine don't work, but then it work. We ain't got no cups. We ain't got
Right.
nothing to make them
Yeah. Y'all ain't got
infuse.
no lids for the. Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't got the lids to secure the cup put it in a regular fucking cup. Like, why does it have
Exactly.
this thing? Well, if we do, that'll take the inventory from the soda cups that we had for the milkshake cups. Like all this
I know,
extra.
like,
Just
just make it happen, Captain.
goddamn. Well, it's gonna be all right. Like whatever. Or it
Exactly.
really shouldn't be because y'all ran out of shit. I'm ordering
Mhm.
which y'all say y'all have, but that's neither here nor there. But that's crazy that they didn't have the shit that
Mhm.
they been promoting this whole time, especially
Uh-huh.
during Super Bowl. So that's weird. I find that weird.
Yeah. Now, you said no one called you yesterday, but did you do something like even for yourself?
No, I just stayed home. Like I hung
Mhm.
out a little bit. I thought I was being facetious when I said that nobody called me, but
Hey,
I was just
I don't know the way the fans be talking about you. I'm surprised ain't nobody hit you up.
the
Like,
fans.
hey,
Shit.
girl. I was in the smoke shop the other day and ran into a couple of fans. They was like,
Stop lying.
man, nah.
No, no,
It's like,
I stayed home. I didn't do anything. I just stayed home, watch some movies,
you
smoke.
see, and see that was cool, because that's what we did too. And
That's
and that's what a lot of folks do. They watch movies. Now, I have a question, and this is still
mm,
related to Valentine's Day. And people were talking about we got this new age dating thing. We can go on and on about how these people want to date now. But
mhm,
we always get those posts from guys who do frugal things for their ladies. And
mm.
I'm with the frugal shit. Trust me, I am. But I think when you're new in a relationship, I think your first Valentine's is a time to step up, especially if y'all haven't really been together that long, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Now,
What do you
see,
think?
it's funny you said that because I saw a post yesterday from this guy saying that if you do it big, especially when y'all first get together, then that's just gonna set a standard or an expectation that she's gonna have throughout the relationship. And I feel like to me that's like that's kind of a crock of crap too. Because I mean, I understand doing it, wanting to show out and pull out all the stops or whatever.
Mhm.
But I always think of holidays like Valentine's Day and Christmas and
Mhm.
all of that of a corporate thing.
Yes.
I feel like you guys do what you feel like you want to do in your relationship, like, and then
Mhm.
I feel like too also we know Valentine's is the same day every year, so I
Bingo.
did make a
That's what
little
I
post. I
said.
did
Yeah.
make a post saying that don't you niggas go at the last minute and go get them dead ass flowers from the
Uh-huh.
store,
And
then
I'm
try to pop up,
yeah,
at, I did make that post yesterday,
and I misunderstood it because it wasn't where you got the flowers; it's the fact you did
it's
it at
the
the
fact
last
that
minute. You know.
right, right, because
Um,
I got what you were saying, but I was like, no, I didn't mean it that way. I just meant it like, like don't be that guy. Don't be the guy that,
uh-huh.
I mean, if you're gonna do something, do something. If not, then
Mhm.
like don't be that guy that just, did it as an afterthought and just trying to,
Exactly. Hey,
like
Sabrina.
hi Sabrina,
Sabrina
like
says
don't
she
be that.
Sabrina says she went to the gun range for Valentine's Day. That's
I
nice.
heard that.
I
I'm
heard
not
that
even
too.
mad. If I could have went there, I probably would have went there too. But
Yes.
um like again,
Mhm.
it's the same day every year.
Yeah.
Like if it's, and I feel like if you're um in a relationship, or even if you guys are kind of new to it,
Mhm.
like like I'm kind of in between, like if it's not really a big deal. But
Mhm.
it is nice to, I mean, everybody's like, well, I celebrate Valentine's Day every day with my girl. That's
Uh-huh.
fine. There's we celebrate, like we give gifts all the time, but
Mhm.
today that day is just particularly, to celebrate love. It's not
Mhm.
necessarily romantic love. It could be love, with friendship, or just
Exactly.
your children. It doesn't
Mhm.
have to be, specifically for that, but when you see it on TV and you see it everywhere, and you see, maybe your
Mhm.
friends like, well, he did this for her. Why didn't you do this for me? What am I
Yeah.
doing? It
Yeah.
does kind of make you feel some type of way a little bit,
Yeah.
well, damn, what am I doing? And I don't deserve a flower or nothing,
You know,
or like a
yeah, that's
piece of
crazy.
candy or something, a Cardi B, a McDonald's
I know.
lunch or
Yeah,
something,
the Cardi
like
B meal. The Cardi B meal.
right, a little Cardi B meal, like it, because sometimes it is just a little thing. So,
Yeah. It
I
is.
don't know, like, I
I
don't
know. I
know.
know it depends on the budget and the relationship, but
Yeah,
Bunny and I have been together 7 years, and
yeah. You better
we're
not.
at a point to where it is Valentine's Day every day. And yesterday she talked about that meal. I wasn't feeling well. It was raining. It was windy. I said, you know what? Let me go ahead
Out outside. Yeah,
and go out and get it. And I went out and got it. But I don't think
yeah,
that's something that you would give somebody on your first Valentine's
yeah.
Day.
Like if you really trying to, like, I mean, that's just kind of. I mean, but there's other acts of service,
Yes.
um, that are acts of or things that you can do to show somebody you care. It doesn't
Hmm.
necessarily be a gift. It just
Yeah.
probably just
It
be
doesn't necessarily have to be
an
money.
extravagant, yeah, like it doesn't have to be this big old,
Mhm.
um it's just, just about showing the person that, you do care about them, or you do
Exactly.
feel a way about them, and for some it is a big expression or a big to do,
Uh-huh.
and some people require that, like, and then some people are just like, babe, we
Hmm.
ain't even got to do all of that, it's still just gonna
Hmm.
be class, watch a movie,
Yeah.
smoke, and then go to sleep, like. And even we got work in the morning type shit.
Exactly. We got shit to do in the morning.
We got shit to
But
do.
yeah,
So,
I get it. I completely get it.
mm,
What we have in here now, before we go on, y'all, I do gotta get to the heavy shit. And there was
yeah,
a Michigan mass shooting yesterday. Or was it
it,
yeah, was it or Monday? I'm
it
sorry.
wasn't yesterday. I think it was Monday or Sun. It was Sunday during the Super Bowl, I think,
Okay.
or was it
And
Monday? Was it the past? It hasn't been a week
I
yet.
want to say it was Monday morning or Tuesday morning. I can't. My
Yeah,
days run together so much sometimes, but
yeah. I just
um,
caught it like vaguely. It happened like
mhm,
kind of late.
yeah,
Um, I saw it on one of the blogs that I follow on Instagram. I think it was the Shade Room that posted
yeah,
about it first,
hmm
or the Neighborhood Talk. But
hmm
basically, now my only issue, I felt like it was kind of important to talk about this kind of thing because the way that I mean, it to me, it's as bad as any mass shooting. Thankfully, it wasn't more victims. I think there was
hmm
3 victims that were
three
um,
died, and I think like 5 or 6 were injured.
injured, and then he unalived himself.
Hmm
So thankfully, but most mass shooters, I thought for with him it was a little different because
hmm
one, he's black. Most of them tend to be white,
Yeah.
or not black. Um, and two, he's a 43-year-old man. Um,
hmm
which one? That's a hard 43. Like
Yeah.
that's I don't know what you've been doing, but
hmm
that's kind of a tough 43. I thought he
hmm
was. They said that he had recently lost his mom, which recent is kind of subjective because that was back in 2020.
Yeah.
So his father, um, which is another dynamic, added to it because it's not like he was raised by a single woman or anything like that. Like these red pill dudes, like, well, if he had a man in the house, like,
Yeah.
well, his father was there. So, um, and his father kept saying that he tried to get him help. He noticed a pattern with him
hmm
kind of declining. After his mom, he said after his mom passed away, he kind of turned evil. And I understand that as somebody has, as one who's not lost only one but two parents,
hmm
and even as devastating as it is,
Yeah.
that doesn't give me the right to go and just shoot a bunch of people because
Yeah.
I'm mad.
It
And
doesn't.
two, um, like if he's 43, that lets me know his mother's has to be maybe in her 60s and her 70s.
hmm
Um, she lost apparently a battle with cancer.
hmm
Um, so one, we kind of knew she was sick, and as well as he did.
hmm
And two, like, it's not like some people have lost their parents when they were very young,
Yeah.
like never, like months old,
hmm
Um, you had your mom this whole time,
Yeah.
like I understand that you can have a close bond to your mother, but
hmm
I think that we as parents should never have, have to, because death is a part of life, like,
hmm
no matter where we go.
Yeah.
And she was an older woman now, maybe she was
hmm
too young to go this soon, but like,
Yeah.
like it's not like it's unheard of.
hmm
So, um, like the dad kind of got me with that one because, um, he kept saying that, like he said, he was trying to get his son some help and he
Yeah.
just kept saying, I'm okay, or what have you. And uh try to help him get back to work. They said he would just lock himself in a room and play video games all day.
hmm
Grown ass man, dude. And I'm not saying like people should just get over stuff like that,
hmm
but you still have to, you still have to continue. We should,
Yeah.
our kids should never be so attached to us that they can't function if
hmm
we die or something like that. I would
Yeah.
never want my daughter to just stop living life or functioning if something were
hmm
ever happened to me,
Yeah.
and I know it's easier said than done, as somebody who has grieved
hmm
um, parents is lost.
Yeah.
It's, you just have to, there's no real getting over it. You just kind of have to go through it and,
hmm
have those moments where you do grieve and,
Go
you
through the
know,
stages.
go through the stages and then,
Hmm
like it's an ongoing cycle. It'll never stop.
Yeah.
But that doesn't give that to me, that's not an excuse. And again,
hmm
it's not like you were a 15-year-old kid who doesn't recognize
Yeah.
their emotions,
Yeah.
or doesn't know how to cope with those emotions. You a
hmm
43-year-old man. Like,
Yeah.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, I understand you were close to your mother. They said that his mother was like a sister or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which,
Um,
like you said, there's no excuses. You know,
yeah,
you
to me,
know.
there's no excuse for that. Like, you
Mhm.
can't just say that. Oh well, my mom died. First of all, okay, like people's parents die every day. Like,
Mhm.
that's not
Yeah,
an excuse for you to go and just shoot up a
everybody,
school.
exactly. And rest in paradise to all the folks who were affected.
Yeah,
Fast healing to the folks who were affected, and to that community. Um,
yeah.
Also today, what dropped is the Buffalo mass shooter was sentenced to life. Uh-oh, we lost Candace. We lost Candy. She'll be back, y'all. But the Buffalo mass shooter was sentenced to life today, in a very, very, very a very, very emotional um hearing today, sentencing hearing, to where they were hearing witness statements, and they were hearing, just the witness statements. They were talking to the guy. He was sentenced to life. I don't remember the guy's name. I don't want to remember the guy's name. But one of the things that really tugged at me was one man was in there talking about how.
Fact.
I see you. I see you.
I
One
was
man.
trying to look at the car, see if there was comments, and I done hit some other shit. Like, my bad, y'all.
No,
But
no, no worries.
uh,
But in the court today, there was a man. He was speaking about how he watched this dude live on the internet kill his mother, and he said he shot her, reloaded his gun, and shot her again. And that got me. I was like, oh, I was
why
like,
would you
man,
do that? I mean, I don't know.
that's what it is. And he actually got convicted of a hate crime. He wasn't
Mm,
convicted of just, how some of these guys, they drop the hate crime thing, and you know but the judge was sure to make sure that this person was convicted of the
mm,
hate crime, because that's what his manifesto said. And
yeah,
he had a 180-page manifesto, and said he was inspired by the great replacement theory, of white supremacy. And I don't want to get into that, y'all. Google is free. I'm a
yeah,
pothead, so I'm not gonna sit up here and do your work for you. Barely want to do my work. So
yeah.
Google is always free. And so we're gonna move on to that. I wish everybody peace in that. And I hope that motherfucker get caught in the shower. Oops, I didn't mean to say that.
No, I totally agree. I was sitting here thinking earlier, like, am I wrong for thinking that? But no, I don't think that I'm wrong
No,
for thinking that, because
no.
then I
I
not.
hope they catch him in the shower like Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, I hope
I
you don't
really
get to
do.
do all that. I really don't, because there's
Exactly.
no
Now,
excuse. There's just no excuse for that.
moving on to other things, we had the Super Bowl this weekend, y'all. And
Mm.
this weekend it was Philadelphia versus Kansas City. Kansas City won, so congratulations to Kansas City and all
Congratulations.
their fans. The
Yeah,
score was 38-35. Kansas City came back after being
close
down, I
game.
think, 10 at the half. Now, cool fact about the Super Bowl: more people watched the halftime show than they watched the game.
They did, because
The
it was
game was
really a
kind of,
Rihanna concert with
yeah,
football in it. That's what
yeah.
it was. It
The
was a
game was
concert
kind of,
with Rihanna.
the game
But
was
it
kind
was,
of
yeah, yeah,
game, as these kids say, the game was real mid. It was very mid.
yeah.
um,
Because it wasn't a game. It was a Rihanna concert,
yeah,
and
with
y'all put
football.
football in. Y'all put a game in the middle of her concert. That's how I saw that.
Exactly. But it was Rihanna's the game itself, yeah, but the commercials were good. What did y'all like? The commercials, the halftime show? I was particularly entertained by the halftime show. Rihanna came out. She was suspended up in the air. I thought that shit was magnificent. Um,
Yeah, she
at
looked
first,
amazing up there. That shit was scary as fuck. I
yeah,
would have been.
exactly. I didn't
Get
have
me
my
down.
glasses on. I didn't have my
Right.
glasses on at first, but I was talking to my girl. I said, "Damn, she seemed a little stiff. Is she high, sick?" And then
Yeah,
she
I
showed
thought
that
so
baby
too.
bump. I was like, oh, she's pregnant. And so that right there made it up for me. You know, I was like, okay, she's pregnant. She's still out here doing her thing. I can see why she's sitting a lot. I can see why she's a little stiff in her movements. I can see all of that. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? I can see all that shit. But, you know, of course, nobody is nobody there's always people out there who's not happy. And hey,
Yeah,
Sally, welcome to the show. What are you smoking on tonight?
my friend. Yeah, nobody's. To me, somebody's gonna always complain about stuff.
Mhm.
They. I saw all these posts about telling ASAP to get off of her. Like
Uh-huh.
now we not getting no album. Like
Mhm.
fans are really entitled. Some fans are really
Mhm.
entitled. Like this woman is 30. This is my birthday twin, by the way. So I'm definitely gonna defend her because I feel like she could just do no wrong, and she's my favorite animal.
Mhm.
Anyway, um, which is next Monday, by the way. Both of our
Mhm.
birthdays Monday. So,
You just had to let people know.
yeah, have to let them know. But I just think that one, we've never known Rihanna to be a strong performer.
Mhm.
I saw a lot of comparisons to Beyonce. She doesn't have a Beyonce voice. She doesn't have a Rihanna's a vibe. Like she's just a vibe.
Mhm.
She's a rock star. Like she's fierce and
But,
that
but
grungy
to me,
rock
she
star.
sings better than Queen. To me, she sings better than Queen Beyonce.
I mean, now see, we're gonna get canceled behind that. But like as far as like to me, Beyonce's more of a performer.
Yes.
Um,
Same
and
with
she's
Rihanna.
yeah, like Rihanna get high every day. She ain't she like us. Like she's a vibe. Like
Mhm.
and to compare her to somebody like a to me, it's like comparing Michael Jackson to Prince. Like it's just Beyonce is definitely more a Michael, but
Mhm.
like Prince is, more Rihanna's more like a Prince to me. Like she's
Mhm.
just her own vibe, her
Yeah.
own, she's not world she's just as worldwide, but she's
Mhm.
just her vein is a little bit different than Beyonce. So and she's probably cool with like never giving you niggas another album again. Like the way
Exactly.
she's a
And I'm okay
billionaire.
with that. I'm okay
Yeah,
if
she's
they
a
wanted.
billionaire in her own right. Like she
Yeah.
doesn't. I mean, she's not. Like with Beyonce and Jay-Z together, they money together. They billionaires. Like she's been able to have a billionaire company, makeup line, lingerie line. Now she's doing Fenty babies.
In
Obviously,
size friendly lines. Fine. You
yeah,
know.
yeah. Like Beyonce got a that Ivy Park, but I don't see nobody wearing that. I don't see nobody talking about it. Like matter of fact, it's
Exactly.
not doing that great, as far as sales because that's
Tell you the
partnered
truth,
with.
I don't know nobody
I don't know
that
nobody
I've
that
seen wear it. But I've
I don't
seen
know
people
nobody
that
that
say,
can buy it.
yeah,
Like I don't know nobody. Every time I see, her fans are gonna. Well, every time, how is it not selling when it's sold out? Well, she gives a
no.
lot of those boxes away to her rich friends, so
Mm-hmm.
they're not buying it. And the stuff that it looks like like
Uh-huh.
jazzy gym wear. Like that's
Yeah,
what it looks like to me. Like and to me, if I see somebody in the gym with all that shit on, I'd be like.
exactly.
Yeah, so you're not here to work out. You just here to like
you just here
be
you
on
just here for the
Instagram.
selfie.
Right, you just here for the for the photo ops. So
Uh-huh.
like that's what it and that's never been her strong suit. Like she's always kind of dipped into fashion. Like we had House of Darion, which you can find that shit at Target now. Like I mean, it's
or,
not like
or
that's just
Ross.
yeah. That's fashion has never been Beyonce's strong suit. Like she's never
Yeah.
been known for her fashion. A lot of it has been tacky a little bit. But Rihanna has the body, she has the physique, she has the mind.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I
Yeah.
just think that the standard that people be trying to hold her to is
Yeah.
like she's not, and she's all when I was sitting here and listening to her all those songs, I was up in here like by myself grooving. Okay, like I miss this Rihanna. Like bitch better have my
Exactly.
money.
Yeah.
What?
And I
Well,
like that.
like that wasn't even all of her hits. Like all those
Yeah.
songs were hits,
And I'm
but they
glad
weren't even all of the hits.
yeah, I'm
Like,
glad she kept it upbeat too. She kept it
yeah,
upbeat. It was all
like why are
dancing.
y'all trying her? Don't try her like that. Like, but then I think most people because we were all thinking the same thing. Like, is she pregnant?
Yeah. But then I thought maybe it was baby fat. I was like, nah, that's pregnancy.
No, that's too
That's
long
a
for
bump.
Yeah,
And
that's a whole bump. That's not a beer belly. That's not.
yeah.
It's a.
And I didn't care because like I told my friend Monday, I don't care if her or Rocky ASAP don't ever make another album. Don't go not on their other tour. If they raising their family, they doing what's best for their family, and I'm cool with that.
Yeah, she's getting older. She's like 30. She gonna be 35. She's 4 years younger than I am. So she's gonna be 35 this year. Like, when is she? Y'all don't want her to have kids, like, and start a family. Like, she just supposed to be. Did you see that little video that they posted? This is what y'all wanted Rihanna to do, and
Yeah.
it's a lady with the pregnant belly
On her
dancing
belly.
on the belly and shit. Like,
But that's the way some people sounded. That's the way people
what
sounded.
y'all want to do?
Like the fuck? I
She
liked
not
it.
supposed to want to start a family and leave like she has all this stuff to leave,
Yeah.
to-
As Kanye said, you should be happy I showed up to this whack shit.
right. Like, my presence is a presence, nigga.
Yeah.
Present. So, like, I just feel like it's natural fodder for people to just, because they do that with Beyonce too. Like, they do that a lot with her too, but not as much as they do to me with Rihanna. Like, you can't even say nothing about. You can't even objectively
Now
give an opinion about me.
I want to say the commercials. The commercials were I wasn't that impressed by either.
Lackluster.
But there was one commercial in particular. I'm a pothead, y'all. I am a pothead through and through. Don't do no weird shit while I'm high. So I'm sitting here
Oh yeah.
and the Tubi ad runs
I'll
um
say it.
on the Super Bowl. Now, I agree with a whole lot of other folks I've seen online. Y'all almost got some kids killed. Y'all almost got some kids get their ass whooped.
If I wasn't by myself when it happened, I would have thought, like, so you just gonna turn the fucking TV while I'm watching it? Like, I'll throw this motherfucker. Like, that's right.
Exactly.
That's type of shit. Like, but I was sitting here by myself, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it just went through, and I said, "Is somebody playing with the TV?" Like, and my high ass, like, do somebody got another remote? Like, what? Like, it was
I'm
just
sitting up here.
so weird.
The grandbaby right here.
Almost got kicked through the window, huh?
I'm like, what the fuck going on? I'm yelling his name, and this,
you thought he had the remote.
The sad part. This is the very sad part. I was high and I was looking dead at the remote when I was about to yell at the kid. When I started yelling at the kid,
I see the remote. So, like,
I'm looking at the remote. Why is this shit going on? And then I realized it was a commercial. It was very well timed because the guy started talking. I knew they knew that commercial was about to run. That's why they did it. But Tubi, y'all got me. Y'all almost got some kids killed.
Tubi got everybody. Tubi got everybody talking about that because it was on the news how, or no, I saw it on Twitter how this whole bar everybody started getting up starting getting on like, who changed the channel? What this? It's about to be a whole bar fight. That Tubi caused, like, and then right before the show, I read this post that said the Tubi commercial broke up my relationship, and it's like this whole ass. I'm like, because she probably thought he turned the channel, and and it was already up from there, so it just went up there, and it turned into a whole breakup.
Exactly.
TV commercial, so that was good marketing on their part. They got everybody talking about them.
Exactly.
And yeah, they got people tripping for a second because I know I was like,
exactly.
I'm looking, the remote is right here.
Exactly.
And I'm just like, what the hell? So
yeah, y'all let us know what you thought of the Super Bowl. I'm talking into the mic like they can see it. Y'all let us know what y'all thought of the Super Bowl, the halftime show, the game, the commercials. What did you like best? Let us know what you like best in the comments there. If you're on the replay, just let us know what you felt about the Super Bowl and what were your thoughts. And now we're gonna move on to a touchy subject that comes around every year at this time. And it's the tax time balling phenomena that occurs between February and what you say, May, Memorial Day, something like that.
Like Memorial Day, yeah, because some people are late. Some people don't file till I think April 15th is the last day. And I'm an early filer though. As soon as I get a W-2, I'm ready to file.
Now, I'm gonna say this before. A few years ago, about 10 years ago, I was upset how people spent their money. I could say you can do this, you can do that, but you know what? At the end of the day, it's just like people with food stamps. You got a life. You got some money. Go ahead and trick it off if you want to trick it out. It's your money.
Right. And how are you gonna tell somebody else what to do with their money? Like it's their money. Yeah, they can. I mean, if people did what they were supposed to do, then we wouldn't have a society. We would,
Exactly.
and then it's a little extra to go trick off or whatever it is, and buy a car or to go to the strip club. It's just what you feel like you want to do with it. I got this pile of bills over here, but I had this pile of bills this whole time, so they just gonna fucking sit there until I address them. So.
Exactly. Now it's not our business, y'all, so you don't have to tell us. But what do you normally do with your tax return? I won't ball out of control, but some of my money will be tricked off. I'm gonna just let you know that now. Yeah. Some of my money will be tricked off. Some things will go towards. I'm moving soon, so there'll be some money going towards that. But I'm gonna trick off some of that money. And for those who out there who might feel a way, it's okay for you to spend and trick off your money. Don't worry about somebody who didn't get as big a return. Don't worry about them. If they got a return, they got to spend it on something else. That's on them. Me personally, yeah, I know I got shit to pay.
There's been times where I've had to, take care of very pertinent things with it, and then it's been a year or two where it got snatched up, and and then it's been times where I was in a good space and I didn't really need to do anything, and I could do whatever I wanted with it. So I mean, I do have some things that I do need, like I need to get my car together, so just some repairs and stuff like that on it. So I'm planning on doing that, and then the rest, I'll put up for a rainy day, and then trick off a little bit, do some
exactly.
Stuff I don't want to do.
One thing I learned, and this is just in life in general, please pay yourself first, because if you don't, you're gonna be mad paying that other shit. And that means even if you decide you want to just go to your favorite restaurant and it's like $20-$30, make sure you do something for yourself. Now you tax time ballers, I get it. And I get y'all like tax time balling. I get it. But don't be no asshole about it. Don't be no asshole. And if you owe somebody money, pay them back before you start posting that shit online.
Yeah, because they're going to see it, and then they're going to be smoking hot and talking about, I know this motherfucker didn't go buy a giraffe, and he owed me $3. Like, I know you didn't.
Because you remember when we got our stimulus, you remember when people got their stimulus, they was talking about buying helicopters.
Everybody got an LLC.
Everybody wanted a tiger. That's what it was, because Joe, I was about to say Joe Dirt. Joe Exotic was.
Oh yeah, everybody. Yeah, that's when that was happening, and
everybody wanted to buy a tiger. I was like, what the fuck you gonna do with a tiger?
Like, how you gotta feed this motherfucker,
Exactly.
And more than some of y'all's rent. So maintaining an animal that large, you gotta feed this motherfucker every day to keep him from eating.
You can't have your kid out there. You can't have no little kids around a fucking tiger. Exactly. Now. Let us know what y'all like to do with your taxes. Let us know how you feel about folks who ball out of control or act like they got a lot of money when they got other things to do. Let us know. No judgment. There's no judgment at all, y'all. Now we're going to move on to the strain of the week. Strain of the week this week, y'all, is Sour Diesel. Sour Diesel is a popular sativa and it's known for its uplifting effects and strong aromas of pungent diesel fuel. That's why they call it diesel. And
Yeah.
it comes with a creative high. It increases focus and concentration. Some people might not think that marijuana does that, but marijuana does do that, friends. It can help you focus. That's why I smoke sativa. It allows me to focus and be relaxed about focusing. I don't have anxiety. Like if I got a deadline I need to meet, I smoke a nice sativa. It gets that anxiety out the way, and it allows me to think so I can get the work done. It may cause paranoia and anxiousness. And in my opinion, y'all, sometimes the paranoia and anxiousness comes from you worrying. You know, when I smoke, I just like to chill. When I smoke, I just like to sit back and chill. I try not to think about everything. That's why when we on the show, we try to stay away from the heavy topics because I'm about to say we baseheads. We crack. We potheads. God damn.
You was about to say we cracking.
Oh man, it took a second. We are
not baseheads.
It's literally the name of my show.
Right. No, I think that that's why also too, I think, people brag on dispensaries, but I think it is important to understand, especially if you're like new to smoking.
Yes.
Because for a long time we didn't know what the fuck they was giving us. We just smoking and shit. Like you probably got brain damage, smoke shit. Like I don't know. But dispensaries do kind of help you know what you're smoking. Research does help you know what strains may be better for you, and maybe sativas might be better for you. If you're a person that has anxiety, or a person that gets deals with depression. Well, you don't want something that's gonna an indica might just keep you kind of in that. Sativa might help you focus a little.
And I can't stress that enough, folks. I've been at the dispensary and I've pulled my phone out so I can see what the fuck I'm smoking. I do have a mental illness, so I do know what strains I need to stay away from versus the strains that'll work for me. Y'all have to experiment with it if you have the mental spoons to do it. Experiment with the different strains and see which one does to you. Like my girl is an indica smoker, but she knows she can smoke Blue Dream, which I like. I like Blue Dream. She knows she can smoke something like a Blue Dream. She knows she can smoke something like a Gorilla Glue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if we get into something like Sour Diesel, which is our strain of the week, she can't do Sour Diesel.
I mean, like even with me, like there's edibles that I can't take because it just makes me it's a different high, and it kind of, some of them kind of make my stomach hurt, or make me feel weird. So it's just all learning about like what your body feels and what you can handle, like, and then you might be taking other medicines that it might affect. So you want to definitely research it. Some people can't smoke the blunts. It's like too hard on their.
Exactly.
Some people like the pens. The pens sometimes if I smoke the pen too much, it's like my brain starts fizzling out or something like that. So that's why I know that's just the way I learned how to smoke, and so that will always be like at the very least a staple for me. But I do like the convenience of pens too, because you can drive, I mean, not technically drive with it, but because you're not supposed to be driving and smoking.
Yeah, but, exactly. Don't drive and smoke.
Like say you're somewhere where you can't just pull out a blunt and roll it. Like you can't break it down and do it. Like, for a little hit. So, you carry your pen for that.
If you want to be discreet, if you go into a family function and your family is tripping out, that's what you do. Pens are nice too, because for ladies you can hide them in your makeup bags.
Yeah. It doesn't smell like weed necessarily. Like maybe
cheap ones, y'all. Don't get the cheap ones. Please don't get the cheap ones.
Spend some money on it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, when you talk about research, y'all, you got to remember, y'all, we are still humans, and I got 5 strains here that
All right.
that get you horny, and I can
Okay.
tell you, 4 of them we've reviewed on the show, and
Okay.
and these are in no particular order. We got Pineapple Express. Just like the movie, they say Pineapple Express, even though it's a sativa dominant, it will get you in the mood. Okay,
Okay. I need.
to help you relax. Now, another one which we actually reviewed here recently is Northern Lights, and
Mm-hmm.
I can see how it is, but you already got to be kind of in the mood with Northern Lights. All Northern Lights takes away is that, you know what, sometimes you be with her, you be like, man, I don't think I want to approach her because she seems like she don't want to do it. That Northern
Yeah.
Lights get that fuck it in your system because you need to pound cakes. You need to pound
Okay.
cake. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So Northern Lights will get you there. Now the next one, talking about cakes, wedding cake. Wedding cake is always comes up in our ratings because we're smoking different batches of it. I think we reviewed it last week. I think you smoked it last week.
I think I had some last week. Yeah, I think
And
I
so
did.
wedding cake, I can definitely see how that puts you in the mood because it makes you giggly. It makes you sit there. And one thing I know wedding cake does for me is it gives me the touchy feelings. I want to touch on shit. I want to rub on shit, and it's gonna get you there.
Okay.
I know, right? Another one we have here, another cake is LA Kush cake, also an indica dominant. I'm surprised to see a lot of these indicas here.
I mean,
But
it
the two
kind of
I
makes sense
smoked,
though.
huh?
I think it kind of makes sense though for it to kind
Mhm.
of put you in that kind because you're just relaxed and calm, and it's easy to just kind of let yourself go.
I know,
So
right?
yeah, with the
like,
indica.
like slip them on down.
Right, right. And I'm like, kind of shit.
Exactly. LA Kush cake, I haven't had in years, so I couldn't even give you a rating on it. It is a indica dominant hybrid. And the last one we have, and I know we reviewed this one, is Dosey Does. I think
Mm,
Candy smoked that for about a month on the show.
yeah, I think I was on those for a minute. Yeah,
Now, Dosey Does depends on
almost.
yes. Dosey
Mm-hmm.
Does depending on the way it's grown and how it's grown. It's a balanced hybrid. However, sometimes it can lean towards the indica side a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times. Once again, it's an indica. And like I said, I shouldn't be that surprised, but I understand those who smoke indicas. I think it puts you in that thing, and it's
Yeah,
better than X,
yeah.
y'all. X sucks. X gets you horny, but then it makes you flaccid, from what I heard.
From what you heard, huh?
Yeah, friend told me that.
You know what? Because I've taken X before. The only thing that I mean, I do like it to kind of,
Mhm,
um, experience whatever I'm experiencing,
mhm.
more.
Yeah,
But it's sometimes the come down is crappy. Like you
exactly.
feel nauseous. You feel
Mhm.
like, ugh, like what did I
Yeah,
take? Why did I do
exactly.
that? But
Mhm,
like while you in it,
mhm,
it all just, but now,
mhm.
after it's kind of like, but
Yes.
it hits, I mean, X is a little difficult and you have to
Mhm.
be careful with it. That's why I like to microdose it.
Yeah.
When I do take it, I normally, when I have it, I don't take the whole thing. I just take like a piece of it
Mhm.
or
Mhm.
half of it just to see how it's gonna make me feel because some X has different
Mhm.
things in it, and it has
Yeah.
stronger. One has more this in it than it has of that, and we
Uh-huh.
don't all know like how we have dispensers to tell us what's
Yeah.
all in the weed. We don't have that, so you
Who
don't really
all
know what
there?
you're taking. Yeah, you really honestly don't know what you take it. Like
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
it's harder to kind of gauge.
Mhm.
The experience because some is all like ugh, like
Exactly, y'all.
I
Now
gotta take that.
we are we are potheads. We are talking about other drugs. Hey, I'm not gonna judge you just as long as you stay safe and
Hmm.
as long as you be careful and stay safe with it. And that I got strain of the week. Those were the 5 strains that get you horny.
Hmm.
And one of the things we like to do when we
Well,
smoke also is we like to watch TV. I actually caught up with you people,
okay.
and
You
I know
finally
you.
saw
I know you reviewed it a couple of weeks ago. I didn't get a chance to sit down, and then I actually sat down and watched it. Um, I gave it 3 blunts. On some of the
it.
things I did agree with you with. A lot of it seemed forced. A lot of it seemed very unnatural. And the only thing that to me was realistic was Julia Louis Dreyfus's role, um,
Yeah.
and her character. That was the only realistic thing to me um, about the movie. I could not. I could not feel Eddie Murphy in that role. I felt it was miscast. I felt his role was
Felt like
miscast.
he was miscast too. I felt like he's not
Um,
really known to be like this militant black man.
mhm,
You
yes.
know, like even though I could see him, I think he just liked Kenya Barris's
Mhm.
work. So that's why,
Yeah. Yeah. I
yeah,
believe he
I
was
think,
miscast.
yeah,
Michael Epps showed up too. I feel Michael Epps might have been a better choice. Um,
mm,
you
mm,
know, because he could do it. I think maybe they should have made it just a bit more comical his role because
yeah,
everybody thought that Julia Louis Dreyfus character was like the comic relief. Sometimes no, she was not comic relief because I've seen women who act like that.
yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen
That's we've seen that,
yeah.
and I just felt
Mhm.
like, and a lot of it is not necessary. It's just tone deaf,
Mhm.
like, and a lot of it they made her character just seem like very tone deaf and just very
Mhm.
like some of the stuff she was saying was like, ma'am, you wouldn't
Mhm.
say this like to nobody like that, or
Yeah.
maybe you would,
But yeah,
like,
they would. That's why her character seems so realistic to me. That
yeah,
I would see people do that. I know people, I've witnessed people do that. And
yeah,
it's
even the dad,
crazy.
his character was crazy too, and it's
Yeah,
like, why is he Jonah Hill's dad? First of all, they look like the same damn age, but
yeah.
go ahead.
But I can get it though. I like the dad's character too, because he didn't care, but he was one of those people who was unwillfully ignorant. He just didn't know what to say a lot of times, and he wanted to express how he was really into to the rap and stuff, but it just didn't come off
It was
right. You know what I
cliche. It
mean?
came out weird. Like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I love Exhibit. Like, who
Mhm.
still listens to fucking Exhibit? Like, come on, man. Why would you say that?
I know.
But you
But
know,
I can see he made everything awkward. There's a scene, y'all, where he's at the piano. Y'all gotta watch the scene. I gave it 3 blunts. It's a cool watch. If you just need some noise, if you're just kicking it one day, cleaning or just studying or something, you need noise. This is the type of movie you need because you don't have to keep looking up all the
yeah.
time. It sort of plays out by ear. Um, Also this week, since I did that. Go ahead.
Oh no, I didn't. I just wanted to say I know I reviewed it before, but come to find out that the kiss they did at the end was CGI. They didn't actually even kiss. Like they came
Wow.
out and said that that was CGI. So to me, it's like not only did you guys have no chemistry on screen, like you guys
Mhm.
didn't even the one little part where we was like, okay, y'all didn't
Mhm.
even really do. So
Yeah,
it's
it was too many
like,
montages.
yeah, it was
I
weird.
didn't.
But
I didn't like the montages. It's like some of the talking scenes could have been easily exchanged for the talking scenes. I expected a lot more scenes like their first date. You know what I
oh,
mean? I expected a lot. I expected to hear some dialogue, but the only real dialogue we hear between them is the initial when they went on the first date, and probably when they argued after that dinner with the parents. You know what I
mm-hmm.
mean? Other than that, it was like, okay, y'all sort of just phoned it in,
Yeah, yeah.
you
But
know.
I didn't know either that Lauren London's dad is actually Jewish. So,
Mm-hmm,
so I
yeah.
guess maybe that's why she felt like she can do the role. But to me, like
Mm-hmm,
a lot of people were saying, well, she didn't want to do that because she didn't disrespect Nick. She didn't want to
mm-hmm.
disrespect Nip. First of all, you're an actress. You were an actress before you met Nipsey. Like, and if
Exactly.
you can't move on to where you got to do all of this because you're an actress. Like, act,
Mm-hmm.
act,
Exactly.
right?
Do
Like,
your
act.
job. Now I
Right. God.
also I also watched a new Netflix show called Cook at All Costs.
Mm-hmm.
And what this show is about is the show is three home cooks, and they all come to the show. And what they do is they bring out these three boxes. One box is an expensive box. One box is it's like a cheap box, and the other box is a surprise. And
Okay.
they all bid. They all put in a bid, and whoever bids the highest gets the expensive box. Whoever bids the lowest gets the super saver box. Whoever bids the next highest, or the second highest,
It's the mid
they
box.
they get the surprise box.
Oh, okay.
Now the thing is, everybody starts off with $25,000, and if you win at the end, you get to keep whatever money you didn't spend. So throughout this contest, they bring out things they like to upgrade their dish, and they got to
Mm-hmm.
bid on those, or they got to buy into those. At the end, like I say, if you win, whatever money you have left over from all the bidding and stuff on the food is yours.
Oh,
I get,
nice. Okay.
yeah, I gave it 3 blunts. Also, it's a cool concept. I just think it's just a little boring in spots. Um, it's like, okay, it's a cool little cooking show. Like I said, something I can just watch if there's noise, or I'm just sitting up here just chilling and I just ain't got nothing else to do. But you went. I think I seen you on your reviews. You
I
went
went
back a little bit.
retro. I went
Huh?
retro with mine
Yeah,
because
you went retro, and to one
yeah.
of my favorite movies, which is Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas,
Oh my
and
God.
that's Johnny Depp. you know.
Yes. Yes. Justin had me watching that.
Uh-huh.
So he was like, "Have you seen Love and Loathing?" I said, "Is it fit?" Because I've never seen it.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, "Are you talking about Fear and Loathing in Love?" He was like, "Yes."
Mm-hmm.
So he had came over and smoked, and we had watched it. And I was blown away. I was like, how did I not know about this movie?
I know,
And
right?
I think it came out in '98, so I
Uh-huh.
was in the late '90s or
Uh-huh.
mid '90s, whatever. So I was still, um, very early teenager at that
Uh-huh.
point. I probably wouldn't have watched it anyway,
Yeah.
um, at that age. But two, like it was just, and then he said, "Well, it's based on a true story." And I said,
It is.
"How are they not dead? Like, how do you just do this?" And the drugs back then ain't got shit on the drugs. Like the drugs back then were pure. Like everybody was on LSD. I
Mm-hmm.
think they were on a like LSD. One of the guys was a reporter, and the other guy was a lawyer or his
Mm-hmm.
lawyer, bodyguard friend or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So they go on this like crack, meth, acid, LSD filled journey to like they just out in the desert. And then he said we was out in the desert, and all of a sudden the drugs hit.
Uh-huh.
All these bats start flying out of nowhere, and
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "What the fuck?" Oh my god, I would feel like I would feel like I was dying. And the shit that they did in this movie, like,
Mm-hmm.
and were able, one, to get away with, and
Yes.
two, like, how are you guys living? Like they
Mm-hmm.
did so much, not so much, and so many different
Mm-hmm.
kind of stuff. Like, how did you
Yes.
guys, like how are you guys living? But
Mm-hmm.
I gave it 5 blunts because I
You
was
gave it
just
four
like,
and a half. You gave it four. You gave it five. I'm sorry. I got 4.5 here. I'm sorry.
do I? Well, 4.5. No, wait, no, I see a little. Yeah, I gave 4.
But
But yeah,
it came out in '95.
okay, 95. So I was 11. So I definitely wouldn't have seen this movie
Yeah,
at
I
11.
didn't see it until a little later. I think I seen it in like the early 2000s, and I thought it was
Yeah.
cool.
Oh,
It's become a cult classic. Because they said it wasn't good at the box office, but I thought the movie was cool. I can see how in 1995 they might not have liked it, but
yeah. It would seem like it would be an underground
mhm,
classic, one of
yes,
those very highly niched movies that like
exactly. Hmm.
people are now just realizing how much of a gem it was.
Hmm.
But I'm just the whole movie, like there's no rhyme or reason. Everybody's just high, and it's just their experience high as fuck throughout the
Exactly.
whole movie.
Exactly.
Like I was like, oh.
Yes.
So just think of like what happens when you just get low and get on a real bad trip and a real
Mm-hmm.
bad bender like that,
Mm-hmm.
and you can just see what you can just put two and two together on what how that
Uh-huh.
went.
And you
And
also watched Now You
then
See Me.
I did. I caught
Uh-huh.
that on TV just laying, laying
Mm-hmm.
around. I was just like, let me see what's on Tubi. And
Mm-hmm.
I it came up after watching some other movie, and it came up
Mm-hmm.
after, and I was like, I started watching. I was like, how come I've never seen this before?
Yeah.
Like Morgan Freeman's in it,
Mm-hmm.
Woody Harrelson's in it, and what's his name from Superbad? Um, I forget his name, but he was basically Lex Luthor in
Uh-huh.
uh, uh, what's his name's rendition of the Batman Returns here.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I get it too. I can't remember his name either. He
Yeah, well,
played.
no, Snyder's Batman. I'm sorry, he was Lex
Yeah,
Luthor in Snyder's Batman with
yeah,
Ben Affleck.
yeah.
So
Mark Ruffalo was in it also. Wasn't it Mark Ruffalo in this one?
yeah, Mark Ruffalo was in it. Like, and it came out in 2015. So no, 2013, I guess was the
Mm-hmm.
first one, and then
Yeah.
there was a sequel.
Mm-hmm.
So the sequel naturally was just like the first one I really got into because I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
nah, how are we doing all of this?
Yeah, the second
But
one
it
I
does
was
kind of
more.
parody the magic shows and stuff like that we have in Vegas. A lot of the movie
Mhm.
was took place mainly in Vegas.
Yes.
Um, so it was a good movie. I think I gave it 4 blunt.
Yes, you gave
Um,
it 4.
it kept me interested,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes you got to circle back to
Yeah.
some old stuff just to like
Mm-hmm.
you might have been in a different headspace when you first saw it,
Now,
and then
I got to get over Tubi to watch some of them Tubi originals everybody be talking
oh
about.
yeah, them Tubi, yeah.
Um, to see how that works out. Catch me a Tubi original.
Listen,
But
I've
also,
seen this movie called Sand Sharks and I'm gonna just let you go
um,
with what
uh,
what you that could be.
she said, "Do what you do
That's
with
when
that."
Tubi first came out. And we was like, Tubi has those movies that they're so bad that they're good. Like,
Uh-huh.
but that's what they're known for. But now they just got a
Mhm.
Super Bowl commercial. So
Now it
they
looked
come
like I heard some of these movies look like a dude just picked up his cell phone and said, "Hey, we gonna make a movie and put it on
they
Tubi."
just got on,
You
yeah,
know?
and it was shot on a razor. It wasn't even shot on no iPhone. So like, yeah, somebody shot that with a BlackBerry. So, but yeah, Tubi is got those kind of classic movies too. They got movies that like I think it was Sharknado 7 on there or some shit, Anaconda 15. Like you could just imagine like how bad these movies are and at this stage. So yeah, if you want to see some really crappy, low production movies, then and want to laugh at how this red paint is the CGI paint is supposed to be blood, then I would definitely subscribe to Tubi. Everything's free on there. You don't really have to pay for a subscription unless you want like Tubi Plus or some shit. And I think we lost Boss. Where'd he go? He's gone, Tur. Okay, so he's coming back. I'm sure. I think he stepped on his cord again. So my friend Sally said she was excited um to see about Rihanna expecting. So yeah, I was excited about that too, but I
Sorry about that, y'all.
no, it's okay. I was scrolling down talking about if y'all want to see Sharknado 17, you can go right on Tubi. They got it right over there. Anaconda 83.
Uh-huh.
So you just know it's low budget as hell, and
Uh-huh.
and there's comedy in that. So
Mm-hmm. But
mhm.
yeah, that's yeah. I don't. I'm gonna have to watch it one day. Um, to see what that'd be like. But one thing I
Some
talked
blue
about a
dingo
couple
and
of
sit
months
down
ago.
and laugh at Tubi.
Exactly. One of the things I talked about when I was high, I was raving about is that Oreo cookies had come out with a cookies and cream flavored Oreo.
I want to try it so bad.
And I
I
was
should have
like,
ordered.
this was a couple years ago. And I was like, I will never in life buy an Oreo flavored Oreo. Oreo, what the fuck are you trying to do?
What do you
Why would you
mean?
sell me but Oreos already have a flavor. Why would you give me a cookies and cream Oreo? It don't make sense.
Because why not? Why not? Y'all put oranges in the shit.
Oreos
Y'all put peaches in it. Like just
and and so I did try out this week because my girl bought them. Um,
sorry guys.
hold on,
My charger.
let me put it up. I think it's called the Ultimate Oreos, and basically
Mm-hmm.
it's a cookie. One, it's a mega stuffed Oreo, so it's a thick Oreo, and it's mega stuffed with cookies and cream filling. And I can tell you, when you got the munchies, that shit is delicious.
I'm
I am
tasting
not
it.
going to. I am not going to lie. It is delicious. Um, I gave it 4 blunts because even though when the mega stuffed Oreos first were introduced, I thought it'd be cool to try it, but they slide a little and the cookie breaks apart when you bite it. So I really didn't like it. I go back to my double stuff. I'm a double stuff Oreo guy. Go get me gold double stuff. I'm in there. Um, but yeah, that's what it was. I gave it 4 blunts. And that's where I'm gonna stay with that, y'all. But run out and get y'all some of them ultimate Oreos. I was thoroughly impressed by it. I was thoroughly
Not an
impressed.
Oreo. I don't see how anybody could be mad at an Oreo tasting Oreo. Like to me that's the ultimate Oreo. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
just like I love Oreos too. I'm an original Oreo
Mm-hmm.
girl, and I like the marshmallow ones, and I like the chocolate
Mm-hmm.
stuffed
Okay.
Oreo. Like all that other stuff y'all can have. Um, because I like chocolate. I'm a girl that likes chocolate anyway. So like as long as same with the Coke. If y'all not gonna put the Coke back in it, then just don't
Mm-hmm.
leave it alone.
Don't
Um,
leave it alone.
yeah, just leave it alone. Don't put. I don't want raspberry in my Coke. I just want regular Coke. But
Now
I mean,
you
they
said
got experiment for people that
uh,
aren't drinkers. But
you
I
said
tried
the kimchi noodles.
some kimchi noodles,
Uh huh.
which I mean, basically they taste like ramen to
Uh huh.
me, just like a
Mm-hmm.
kimchi flavored ramen. But they were
Mm-hmm.
actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is my poor man's munchie. Like, I really ain't my stamps didn't hit till yesterday late and I didn't know.
And
So,
what did you
I
give
just
it?
I gave it what did I give it for? I gave it I think
It
3 out
wasn't
of
in my notes, so I couldn't even tell you.
I couldn't even tell you either. Like I gave it probably like 3 or 4 blunts. I don't know. It wasn't no 5 though.
Uh-huh.
But
She said it
yeah,
wasn't a 5.
right. It was about 4. I'll give it about 4 blunts. Like it was pretty
Okay.
good. It's nice, warm. It's not too hot, like spicy
Mm-hmm.
wise. Like his kimchi is kind of spicy.
Mm-hmm.
So I would recommend them, if like you just don't want no regular ass ramen. You want to call
Okay. Was
yourself
this like store bought or was it
yeah, it's a store bought. They come in packs, like they come in a
Mhm.
big package. This kimchi. They come in like I
Okay.
think it's 5 in a bigger kimchi bag.
Okay.
Um and they're probably in the Asian aisle. I didn't
Yes.
buy them, but I
Uh-huh.
would assume that they were in the
Yes.
Asian aisle, or they're
And
probably in the noodle section too.
that's a tip for those who like ramen. I hate top ramen. I hate the 4 for a
Yeah,
dollar ramen. I hate that shit with a
I hate
passion.
that too. And I said I would never eat another ramen noodle because, if you guys, know I've been in the clink. So that was like one of the things that you could get or people
Mm-hmm.
would like always have is like if you didn't have nothing else, you can round up 25 cents for a ramen,
Mm-hmm.
like so it's just, it's something that I ate a lot in there anyway.
Yeah.
Um So I just never now the ramen that they serve in the restaurant, like I'll eat that because that's good
Yes.
and it's made and you know they got
Yes.
put all the stuff in it and it's not just
Hmm.
your basic ass cup of noodle.
Yes.
Um,
Now, if
but
y'all,
just that I don't like that.
mhm, if y'all truly want to have a ramen experience, either go to a ramen restaurant, or like I said, shop in the Asian aisle, get that ramen. If you have an Asian supermarket around, go grab the ramen from there. Matter of fact, there they actually had the stuff so you can make a real broth without all the
Right.
salt.
Like a real
And
stock.
hmm like a real
I
stock.
recommend sushi raw. That's
Hmm.
actual it's a sushi and ramen
Hmm.
fusion restaurant. It's actually at the Fashion Show Mall, right on the
Hmm.
corner. On the it's not Spring Mountain. It's the that little street, I guess, before you get to
Hmm.
Resort World. I forget what that little street is called, but it
Okay.
sits kind of on the corner
Okay.
next to the El Segundo Soul, which is the Mexican
Hmm.
restaurant next to it.
Yes. And
It's very good and
yeah,
the
my
drinks are
spot is Shoku Ramen. I like Shoku Ramen, and that's in
mm,
Asian Town,
yeah,
off of Spring Mountain Valley View. That's my spot right there. They're
okay.
open all night. They show anime
It's
on the
open.
screen. Yeah, but
Hmm.
yeah, y'all step up y'all ramen game, especially since y'all getting y'all tax money.
Yeah, step it
Um,
up. Don't
step it up,
buy the
y'all.
noodles. That shit got all kind of sodium and MSG in it. Not really supposed to be
Yes.
eating that stuff. You know, I know people buy it because it's
Mhm.
cheap.
Yes,
You eat hungry.
they do. Yeah, but you can't control that MSG, which you can probably get at the Asian store too if you need some. You can get some MSG at the Asian store.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know what your go-to munchie is, y'all. Let us know what you like to eat. Let us know how you feel about ramen. What's your favorite ramen flavor? Mine is beef. With I got to put some of those nice trumpet mushrooms in it. Dress
Mm-hmm.
also before I get out of here. Dress up your ramen, y'all. Don't be ever showing me no ramen and you just got a bowl talking about a struggle meal. If you do not cut some vegetables up in that
Put
motherfucker,
it in there, you know, like add a couple like summer sausage in there. I used to fry summer sausage and cut it up and put it in there. Like I got my own
exactly,
seasoning I put in there. Like don't just do no basic ass. What's wrong with you? You're not 12. You're not waiting for your mama to come home to cook dinner. Like you a grown ass man and woman. Man, dress up.
exactly,
Do something to it.
exactly, exactly, y'all. Now, once again, y'all, it's been a lovely time we had with y'all. We are here. We are the Aging Potheads. We are here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific. Run out and tell your friends. I know our folks on the East Coast is late, but thank you for joining us. We had a couple of folks from the East Coast who joined us. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for spending time with us,
Yes,
y'all.
thank you guys.
We'll be back next week. Next week, y'all, I will have a few product reviews because we do have our first, I want to say, I don't know to use the word commissioned, or I've reached out to a business and they have given us a couple of products for me to test. I've tested some of them. If y'all remember my little electric smoker that blew the
Hmm.
smoke out, I got that from this shop, which is Vapor Smoke over on Lake Mead in Simmons. But I got a
Okay.
couple other things there, including a THC pen that they allowed us to use. I'll get it to you, Miss Candy, so you can try it out. We are
Okay.
going to review that next week. So make sure you do join us for that next week, y'all. Um,
Peace.
I want to thank y'all for joining us. We are going to catch you next week. Until next time, y'all, we say meditate and medicate. I am Big Brother Boss. That is Miss Candy with an X. And as we always say, y'all, until next time, stay lifted, my friends. Good
Stay
night.
lifted. Good night, you guys.
Mm-hmm.